Picture this. It's Sunday night. You're staring at a blank screen, and the cursor's rhythmic blinking feels like a physical weight. You know how to solve the task. 15 years ago, you would have finished it during a 10-minute school break. Back then, you were the golden child, the prodigy who aced exams without opening a textbook. But now, you're paralyzed. Your mind feels like it's filled with wet cotton. You've spent the last hour down a Wikipedia rabbit hole or refreshing a feed that hasn't changed. Then, the voice of your inner critic wakes up. What happened to that effortless brilliance? Are you just lazy? Or was your gift a lie, and you're actually just a fraud who peaked in middle school? It's like being a high-end gaming PC that lags while running a simple calculator. You feel like your giftedness wasn't a trait, but a high-interest loan, and the debt collectors are finally at your door. The gap between who you should be and your inability to even clear your inbox is burning you out. But stop. Breathe. Put down the whip. You aren't lazy, and you haven't failed. This isn't a system crash. It's a feature of your specific architecture. Let's silence the critic for a moment. What you call laziness or lost potential is actually a high-level conflict of priorities in your operating system. Laziness is a myth. In reality, you are experiencing a protective mechanism, a fuse that blows when the voltage is too high. Before you start a task, your brain performs a complex calculation, weighing the value of the task against the risk of failure. For a high-precision system like yours, even a tiny error feels fatal. While others are playing checkers, seeing a piece and moving it, you are playing chess on 30 boards at once. You're calculating every move, anticipating judgment, and fearing that one wrong step will lead to a total collapse of your identity. You are a Formula One car stuck in suburban traffic. Your engine is redlining, burning fuel at an incredible rate while slower cars pass you by. They aren't better, they're just simpler. They don't require the high-octane fuel or the complex tuning you do. Your paralysis is safe mode. Your psyche is trying to protect your self-esteem from a reality where you might not be the best. Under the hood, two mechanisms are stalling your engine: the fixed mindset and a dopamine economy crash. Stanford professor Carol Dweck identified the fixed mindset. When you were told, "You're so smart," as a kid, your brain internalized a dangerous algorithm. Success comes from my innate qualities, not my effort. Consequently, any struggle became proof that you were broken. Research shows that people with this mindset experience heightened amygdala activation, the fear center, when facing challenges. For you, an error isn't a lesson, it's an existential threat. Then there's the dopamine. Dopamine is the molecule of anticipation. Most kids learned slow dopamine, investing effort over weeks to get a grade. You, however, hit the jackpot daily with zero effort. Your brain got used to a massive ROI, or return on investment. Now, when a task requires months of unrewarded work, your internal treasurer refuses to sign the check. This is called expected value of control, or EVC. If the brain doesn't see a quick payoff, it blocks the prefrontal cortex. You aren't lazy, you're underfunded. Why did nature create complicated people like you? In a primitive tribe, there was a need for scanners. While others focused on routine, the tribe needed someone with a hypersensitive nervous system to sense a storm in the wind or find patterns in the stars. You are an early warning sensor. Your system is built for explosive bursts of high-level analysis, not the 24/7 grind of Zoom calls and KPIs. This is mismatch theory. The modern world is an environment that doesn't suit your hardware. Furthermore, your giftedness was likely a social contract. You learned that being the best was the only way to be safe and loved. Your intellect became your body armor. Now that your productivity is tipping, your psyche is screaming because it feels like you've lost your protection.
Your giftedness hasn't vanished. It's just in hiding.
Let's look at 3 bugs that are actually features. Intellectual economy. What you call laziness is actually efficiency. Your brain is an energy-intensive neural network that refuses to waste resources on busy work. When you find an elegant path, you do more in 20 minutes of flow than others do in 3 days. Pattern recognition. You often see the end of a project before it starts. You aren't bored, you're a natural strategist. You see the structure beneath the chaos. Synthetic creativity. You are a scanner. You can connect dots between quantum physics and marketing, or stoicism and code. In a world of narrow specialists, you are the bridge. You aren't a tool. You're an operating system. Stop trying to be a reliable workhorse and start creating an environment that values your depth.
It's time for an inventory. Take that list of expectations, you must be great, you cannot fail, and hit delete. Your intelligence was never a loan you had to repay. It was a gift. Your current state is a moment of neuroplasticity. Your system is wiping old, toxic settings so you can write your own. You have the right to be mediocre at things that don't matter. You have the right to be slow, to fail, and to simply exist. Real freedom for the former gifted child is giving yourself permission to just be. You aren't a factory line. You are a rare natural phenomenon, a storm, a flash of light, a deep lake. Trying to fit into a 9-to-5 box is like trying to bottle the ocean. The ocean stays cramped and the bottle eventually shatters. Your paralysis will vanish when you replace the fear of failure with the curiosity of an explorer. Your silence isn't emptiness, it's your processor at work. Allow yourself the luxury of belonging to yourself, not your potential.
If this resonated with that specific ache of recognition, you're one of the few who sees the world differently. We don't do hustle culture here. We translate biology into human experience so you can breathe again. If you want more psychology without filters, subscribe to Soul Alchemy. We're here to validate the right to be yourself for those who think a little deeper and feel a little sharper. Remember, you aren't a broken version of someone else. You are the perfect version of you. You just need the right settings. See you in the next video.